Hey friends, how are you? I hope you're fine. I'm really well. So, first things first, I want to say cheers to those of you who have given me a huge like and have said that you like my videos. I'm really grateful for that. So, now, our topic today. It is a really controversial topic, but we have to talk about symbols. What is a symbol to you? Is it a sign in the sky? Is it a knock on the door at midnight? Is it an object? Is it a word? Let's see. For us who study literature, the word symbol comes from the Greek symbalein, meaning to throw together, or from the noun coming from that verb, symbolon, which means emblem, token, sign. So whenever you read something, you might find that in literature, some elements and some situations are repeated over and over again, and they are a symbol of something else. Let's see, for example, the usual journey into the underworld. What is that but a symbol? A symbol of the dark night of the soul, when people have to go through a very, very huge trial and they come back much wiser, maybe better. We can see this in Dante Alighieri's Divina Commedia, or in many other Greek and Roman stories and plays. This would be one part of the symbol. And then there is another part, if we go to the allegorical notion of symbol. And what is an allegory? Again, it comes from the Greek allegoria, and it means said otherwise. Whenever you read something, it has a surface level, but then deep inside there are other layers of meaning, which can be interpreted from different perspectives. When we think about an allegory, we usually think about, I don't know, a fable. And there's a video I made on fables before, or a parable. A parable would be the equivalent to a fable, but with people. Morality plays. We talked about this before as well. So, for example, if you think about a fable in which there are two animals and you change those animals by people, what's going to happen is that you're going to get a parable. And this is kind of a story which is trying to teach you something that is deeper than the surface level. This is the allegory. So, within a given play, novel, story, there might be symbols and allegorical meaning. Think about Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. What can you tell me about that? Is there a symbol? Is there any allegorical meaning that you find? Let's see what I can give you next. The term pentacle first came into use in two books from the 16th century, the Heptameron by Pietro d'Albano and the Key of Solomon. The problem is that many people took into account Solomon as King Solomon, but apparently that was not the case, as it must have been written by an anonymous occultist. Anyway, these books do not contain pentagrams. The pentacle is just a magic circle within which there are many signs, one of which could be a pentagram. Something else we have to bear in mind is that both Sir Gawain and the Green Knight and the Key of Solomon grimoire were written in the 14th century. Do you know what a grimoire is? It is a book with spells and incantations. The Pythagorean health pentagram depicts a man within a star. His head occupies the topmost point and his limbs the rest of them. If the point went downwards, it would mean ill health or madness. So, it is supposed that the right way to wear the star is with one point upwards. This is a Pythagorean idea. Now, let's talk about Henry Cornelius Agrippa. He was born in 1486 and he died in 1535. He was a very controversial figure, as he was a scholar, an alchemist, and many other things. He popularized the idea of this symbol as having magic properties based on Neoplatonic ideas. That is to say, the 5 points represent the 5 elements: fire, water, air, earth, and the topmost point is the idea. In the 19th century, the French Eliphas Lévy popularized the term pentacle. There he produced a pentacle with a pentagram inside. He designed the tetragrammaton pentagram, for him a symbol of the microcosm or human being. So, what do you think of symbols now? What do you think of emblems or tokens? One thing I wanted to clarify was that the pentagram was used by Christianity for a very brief period, but it is much more ancient than that. So the use of the pentagram in Sir Gawain and the Green Knight is probably due to the fact that it was used in that period by Christianity. The thing is, we have always associated Christianity with a cross, different types of crosses depending on which branch of Christianity we're talking about. But then again, you can see pentagrams in Babylonian sculptures, and, well, what can I say? It's a very old thing. So this has been controversial forever, ever since Gerald Gardner used it for the Wicca religion as the major symbol. It has turned into something that people associate immediately with witches. So, all this being said, I have one more thing to add, and that is that during the 19th century there was a movement which was called the Symbolist movement, of which Baudelaire was a member. You know that Baudelaire was a huge fan of Poe's, and he is considered one of the damned writers. One of my favorites, by the way. And so what he thought was that writers and poets in particular had a clarity of mind, and they were seers or voyants, that poets could see beyond reality and capture this vision in poetry. Very poetic, right? Yes. So, I hope you have enjoyed the video. I want to say cheers again, and give me a like again, and subscribe please, if you may. So, cheers. I hope we'll meet again. Bye-bye.